So what is the sign of a good, healthy home? We're designing these places to give you a very good head start as a homeowner. We have, for example, what we call energy recovery ventilation. It's not just energy recovery, which means that we're taking the heat from the outgoing warm air and passing it over to the incoming cold air. And that means we're saving energy, but it also means we're bringing in fresh air. And so having a powered ventilation system that's powering not just exhaust, as your range hood does, but fresh air supply as well, I would guess that fewer than 2% of houses that are built today would have this device. So our homeowners are already in a situation where their houses are likely to be more healthy than most houses. We have a radon pipe in our houses, so we have the means of preventing radon from seeping in. Periodically, we should check the radon to see how the level. We'll do that at the beginning, and there will be a reading on the record of what the radon level is. And if it's more than a certain amount, we'll put a fan in the attic that will pull that radon into the outdoors, as opposed to letting it seep into the house. We don't have any combustion appliances in the house. That also is going to contribute to a healthier house. There are some decisions that the homeowner can make that will improve the health, but we are starting out providing a very solid base for maintaining a healthy house, probably healthier than almost any house out there. There are habits that people can adopt, which is in terms of their selection of cleaning products and things like that. Air Plus standard of material selections for our initial construction that's going to limit the outgassing of volatile organic compounds into the house.
And HRVs are amazing. I mean, what a great technology. You know, it's part of what makes this house possible, just in terms of getting fresh air in, but also just like the efficiencies that you're able to achieve, besides just like dumping out all your warm air and bringing in cold air is great. It is a fantastic technology if you get the right design things in place.
So this is a ERV. In this case, it's a Panasonic ERV. There's different brands. Sometimes it's Braun, Panasonic, so on. We check and clean the filter every so often. Normally, I'm going to suggest probably quarterly, every 3 months. Some houses are different than others, and it's very simple. There was 2 latches up here. Unclick them, open the door, and here it is. Filter pulls out. This one's brand new and clean. You can wash this in the sink, dry it off with a paper towel. It's not very particular. Put it right back in, and then this filter is replaceable. It can be washed, but I recommend replacing it. Part numbers are online, pretty easy, also right there, but this is a very, very simple filter to find online. You take it out and you replace it and put the new one back in. Airflow down, same with the arrow right above it, airflow matching, and that's really it. You can vacuum these cords if they look dirty. It's something we offer once a year as an annual service, where we really pull this thing apart and clean it really thoroughly. But normally, if you keep on top of the filters at regular intervals, then this doesn't get too dirty at all. And that is just about everything to know from a homeowner's perspective about maintenance for this. It's as simple as clicking it back together, and that's it. You should not have to adjust those. Those are going to be set up by the HERS rater, but those are your airflows. Those are your outgoing air, your incoming air, and the timer at which it runs. Normally, this is going to run continuously, 24/7, 365 days a year. It is perfectly made for that. It is continuous duty, very low wattage, similar to a light bulb, so it's not going to waste a lot of electricity, and you're constantly going to have fresh air introduced from outside. So that's the way it's designed to run. There's certainly some systems that run on a timer, but these are very simple for a simple house. There is a boost button in the bathroom in this case, and that boost button will activate a higher speed on this unit. So it will normally run at somewhere between 30 and 50 CFM. When you click the boost button, it's a switch. It will ramp up to its high speed, which is just shy of 100 CFM, just to exhaust the bathroom more. Not 100% necessary, but it will keep the mirror from fogging, for instance. So it is helpful.
There's a lot of behaviors that contribute to adding moisture to the house. If you cook a lot of pasta all the time, it's good to certainly have the range hood going, and if you can, keep lids on the pots. Drying clothes inside, other than in a dryer, will contribute to elevating the moisture.
Moisture is a huge thing that you need to end up talking about, because people are like, I can hang my wet clothes in my house and have them dry in my house. In a super insulated, tight house, you don't tend to want to do that, because that moisture isn't escaping through, all the chinks and cracks and whatever in your house. Getting into a new mindset for what is basically a machine, right? And more so than houses used to be. And that needs to be treated with some respect in terms of how it operates in order to keep it operating well.
As far as maintaining the house is concerned, the thing that does the most damage is water. Pay attention if you see any stain on the ceilings or anything like that. See if you can see any place where water might be leaking in. Water can also come from inside, from the plumbing system. Now we think we've protected you from that because we put all of the pipes well inside the envelope, so there shouldn't be any of this freezing that you often hear about people having burst pipes. We think that we've completely protected you from that. Your water heater can leak. Pay attention to that, and if you see any dripping or anything around the water heater, call the plumber. So the water drips off the roof and it drips into a drip strip. The water will run away with gravity. So if you're doing landscaping or any improvements of the house, make sure you don't interrupt that flow.